What's up, crypto legends? We need to wake up. We have a chart that looks scary. It looks extremely bullish, and this is not good for Bitcoin, crypto, and the general markets. Now, you know what chart I am talking about. That is the DXY. By the end of this episode, we'll be talking about the dollar index on the higher time frame. This, of course, looks very bullish. We do have some highs here that could be broken in the next couple of weeks. We'll be analyzing the higher time frames for Bitcoin to understand what could happen as well for Bitcoin, as we do have the dollar index moving in this bullish momentum. We'll be talking about the scenarios here right away by the end of this episode. However, on the lower time frames, this is what we are going to talk about. Yesterday, we mentioned some levels to actually get supported, get a reaction, but there was no reaction. 69, 68, we just blasted through that level to the downside. There was no reaction at those important levels, and as there was no reaction, of course, then when there's no trade to be taken. I got stopped out at break even from the rest of the position here that I had from the last few days. Obviously, it did take most of the profits, as you did see on yesterday's video. So got stopped out, and then analyzing very carefully here if we are going to get a reaction, and the price just continued dropping. The price did not stop, so no trades to be taken. Currently in no trades on Bybit and 𝗬cie. And if you are interested in doing any trading, you do have extremely good bonuses only with my links. On Bybit, 20% fee reduction. And if you cannot trade on Bybit, you can trade on 𝗬cie with no KYC, just an email and a password. You can start trading with the best deals down below. Let's go right away through the lower time frames and explain the scenarios. Keeping it simple, guys. I do not want to trade right now with this aggressive drop. I got stopped out here from the rest of the position and then just sat on my hands to see what the price action was going to do in the next coming hours. What happened? We just continued dropping here in this falling knife. People that are long in here with over a 15x leverage, they are getting liquidated. People that are adding to their positions or looking for a big major swing long position because all-time highs are going to be hit, they need to be extremely cautious. We are at a very risky zone right now. We do not know if we are going to form a much larger corrective move here in a larger ABC, as you can see here on the chart, right? Just let me get that ABC possible wave here. This being the A wave, this being the B wave, this being a C wave that could go to the very low $50,000 range, okay? If we do take a look at the 1.618 extension, it really takes you down to the very low 50K levels. We have had 3 waves here, right? During the last few weeks, we had 1, 2, and 3. Could this be? We just need to be cautious, guys. For me, this is not a zone for adding to position. A very long time ago, I quit trading like that, just to let you know that I prefer waiting these, today and tomorrow, or get a sign of strength after this falling knife. We're going to get into a beautiful range, guys, and this is where we do get the trades. I longed right over here. I longed here after the consolidation. I did not long the falling knife. I waited patiently. This was great for longs right there. Great for longs here just a couple of days ago, getting a nice pump of over $1,000, $2,000, taking some profits. Boom, stopped out, break even. Let's sit on our hands till we form a range. We are forming a range right now. I'm going to talk about the most important levels. Of course, the reason why we got a bounce here at the low $65,000 range, when we take a look at the fixed volume profile from this entire consolidation of March, right, during 5-6 weeks here, we got the value area high a few days ago under 73K, getting resistance, big major pullback. Value area low here, low for $65,000 range, getting a massive bounce here just yesterday, as you can see, of a few $1,000s. Right now, we are hitting resistance. The highest volume block from the last 5 to 6 weeks, which is this one right over here on the volume profile. The highest point, okay, obviously being here at $67,000, where we're slightly above, but we see a massive block end here at 68,000, okay? We would have to see the price action getting a big move with high volume to $69,000, $70,000 for me to be bullish. Now, of course, I will not be longing as we're hitting that level. I will be looking for the retracement, looking for the 618 Fibonacci, the volume profile, the point of control here from the volume profile, looking for a resistance support flip, then for continuation to the upside. But I need the breakout. I need to see that sign of strength for then me to get into the retracement, then to look for higher levels, of course. So that would be the bullish case scenario. Get the sign of strength here, okay? Get that breakout, then we could be confident in the retracement to form a higher low to go to higher levels here. Looking here at the possible scenarios for the next coming days. Other scenario is, hey, this is resistance. We are hitting the lows from the 9th and 10th of April, right? At the just below $68,000. We got the high volume node right there, big block, okay? This is big resistance. What if the price starts rolling down, claims the lows from yesterday? Is this a good level for a swing failure pattern? I would be very, very cautious, to be honest. Yes, we could get one more test of the lows and then get a swing failure pattern. However, I know that we could get a volatile move to the downside to a much better level. That is a naked point of control, of course, from the consolidation that we had here during the 18th till the 24th of March, right? This area has a high volume node. I've got that level marked here as a naked point of control right there. High volume node. And this level has confluence with the 7/8 Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high. As you can see, there's just about $100, less than $100 away from that point of control. So the 63,300 to 400 range is a level of interest. That is where we do have the higher low support trend line as well. And that could get an instant bounce. The only way I could long this is if you get beneath the level and then start getting above the level for a sniper long position. This could get an instant reaction, dead cat bounce, just like the one we did get yesterday from that valley area low of this entire zone of the last 5 to 6 weeks. Big dead cat bounce. This is pumping over $2,000 in a matter of a few hours. So this is a range that would also do that, okay? But you need the price to wick beneath. As you're dropping, you are not longing, okay? You need to long as you start recovering above that high confluence level. So that is what I do see here, guys. Most important levels is this one right there at the low $63,000 range for an instant bounce all the way up possibly to that valley area low of this area. And with the sign of strength breaking above 68K, which is basically breaking above that high volume block here on the volume profile and getting above those lows, okay, that level. There is resistance at the moment, and then I would be looking for that retracement for those double bottoms to then look for the continuation to the upside. Stay cautious here, guys. It's a zone to just remain patient. Of course, on lower time frames, you can look for those scalping opportunities. I will be uploading tomorrow a very good video on a strategy which is extremely simple and very profitable on the lower time frame. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for that. It's a very, very good video for you to learn on that scalping strategy and profit from the market. And remember, to do that trading, you want to use Bybit or 𝗖𝗎. They're my favorite. They have a great track record. You got the greatest bonuses down below. Let's go right away through the dollar index. This is extremely important. Dollar index has been bullish during the last few days. I had a lot of questions from a lot of people. Hey, dollar index is pumping. Bitcoin is not dropping. Bitcoin is pumping as well. There's no instant correlation. They can pump together for several days, even weeks. They can drop together also for several weeks. However, when you see the strong momentum picking up, then you know that you could start getting some very strong corrective moves for Bitcoin and also for stock market, right? Crypto in general. This looks bullish. No doubt in my mind, we are going to be testing the October highs of 2023. This is going to be the question of, will it break out successfully or will it get a reaction? Very likely it's going to get a reaction. Will we get a pullback or just a reaction and then a breakout? The thing is, we are going to see dollar index still bullish for the next coming days. Main reason why is inflation was higher. You might think, hey, if inflation was higher just a few days ago with the data, shouldn't this mean that the dollar is weak? The dollar is weak. Inflation is up. We do have, of course, the possibility of no interest rate cuts during the next coming months, right? During 2024. Jerome Powell is very strict in getting inflation down to 2%. This means that the dollar will remain strong in the next coming months against the rest of the currencies worldwide. Okay, so it just does look like that the dollar index does have a possibility to be bullish in the next coming months. And this is where we want to take a look at the higher time frame. Take a look at the bearish case scenario. No doubt that the DXY, if we do test the highs here and start consolidating, this could turn into a double top and then start retracing in the next coming months to the end of 2024, early 2025, and then might be bullish. But this would be very, very bullish for stock market and crypto in general, having that downtrend till late 2024 if we double top here. Okay, that will be bullish. We'll be analyzing the scenario here for the dollar index in the next coming weeks. Okay, as we do get above to this zone, and then we're going to analyze if it looks bullish or bearish, right? But if we do break out, I want to talk about the higher time frame bearish case scenario for Bitcoin, because 99% of the people are in profit. We're just very close to all-time high, except for that 1-2% of people that have been buying Bitcoin at $73,000, $72,000, right? Most of the people are in profit here, and this is something that we need to be concerned about. Now let's take a look here at the higher time frame. I want to talk about the bearish case scenario. The bullish case scenario is, of course, that we do have a 1 wave, 2 wave right there. We are still inside of the 3rd wave. We're possibly going to get a 4th wave corrective structure in the next coming months, and then just create that last 5th wave, entering into 2025, getting above $100,000 plus, right? That would be kind of the bullish case scenario. We have those counts pretty clearly, right? Clear 1 wave, 2 wave. We are inside of that 3rd wave, right? And then 4th wave potentially in the next, 2-3 months, right? 4 months possibly, get a sideways momentum, maybe down to the low 50K levels, and then get that explosive move, right? By end of 2025, beginning 2025, and then everybody's happy, plus $100,000 Bitcoin. That was it. That is the cycle, 4-year cycle, and that is basically it. Let's talk about the bearish case scenario, because this is extremely disturbing. What if we do see this as from the all-time high, 5 waves to the downside right there? There's no doubt you can count 5 waves down right over here. Meaning, what if this is 5 waves down in an A wave? This is still a part of a much larger corrective structure on the higher time frames, right? We're looking at 10-year, possible, a multi-year corrective move on a strong uptrend for Bitcoin. No doubt Bitcoin is going to go to $500,000 in the coming years, but we're talking about what could happen in the next, 1 to 2 years, right? Mid long term, we know what's happening here locally. Could there be a scenario that this is going to be bearish, right? We do have some conflicts going on worldwide. Things are escalating. This could definitely bring a big major, worldwide, big event, recession, depression, whatever you want to call it. We are not going to go much into detail on that. But, things could be scaling and could be looking dangerous. And of course, the markets do get a bad effect. They basically get a big major corrective move, right, on these events. We can see C19 and 2020. Markets did get a big major corrective move in a matter of a few weeks. Of course, that brought a big opportunity for the markets. I don't want to go into detail with this, but you get the deal, right? Things could escalate, and of course, the markets could get a big major pullback. Diving into this scenario, okay, on higher time frame, let's go straight to the point. What if this is a B wave? Something interesting here to count. It's very simple. No doubt that this right over here between November, the lows in 2022, okay, we can see easily 5 waves to the upside. We can easily see, okay, an ABC corrective structure in a flat right there. There's no doubt about this that this was a flat, okay? We're not counting this wick because this was on the futures exchange. Most of the lows was created in September of 2023. So yeah, this is no doubt a 1 wave and a 2 wave, right? Or an A and a B, right? This is where we are going. This is where it gets interesting, right? Now the question is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? In the next coming months, 12, 18 months, we in the 4th wave, we're going to get a massive 5th wave in the next coming months. Or what if this is an ABC, A wave, B wave, C wave right there? We could possibly count this as well, okay, as, you know, maybe a one wave right there. This is a two wave. This was also a flat. You can go to the micro counts. This is the top of a one wave. This gets into a flat scenario. This is the third wave. We're in the fourth wave. One more wave up above all-time high, possibly going to 80K or 85K, you know, and then get a big corrective structure, turning this into a massive ABC flat. I mean, it is a scenario. It is something that you need to take into consideration when you're doing Elliott wave theory, especially taking a look at DXY on higher time frame. What if this is going to be bullish? You know, this is no doubt going to have a negative effect on the markets in the next coming months. It's just something to take into consideration. If you have been buying Bitcoin at very cheap levels, there's no doubt that this is not a bad zone to take some off the table. I did take a bit of profits on my Bitcoin and some cryptos such as 𝗬𝗫 just to stay on the safe side. I got some cash on the sidelines. This is extremely important just for whatever could happen in the next coming months, right? This scenario would bring the price obviously to much lower levels. This could be looking very, very scary. Of course, this is pure speculation. The bull run might just continue and everything is going to be looking fine, but it's just a scenario to take into consideration, the bearish case. Now, more locally, what is interesting, guys, and look at this. Look at this. From the pivot low of November of 2022 to the pivot high in April of 2023, no doubt this was an ABC flat. To the pivot low of September of 2023 on most of the exchanges, guess where we are at right now? We are just about at the 1.618 here, as you can see on the chart. This is round about $75,000. What if this is an ABC right there and the C wave has just been very extended to the 1.618? We're going to get one more leg up, one more all-time high, and potentially then get a big massive corrective move. Maybe we're not going to reach it. It's very interesting to see, guys. However, this could also be the third wave. We're going to get a corrective structure here in the next coming months, and then we get a massive explosive fifth wave, right? Getting above 100K, you know, entering into 2025. That is also a scenario, okay? The bullish case scenario is there. But the bearish one also. This is when you do not know if this is an ABC or a 1, 2, 3, and then we get in 4 and 5, or you just going to start dropping in the coming months. Of course, we do have the Bitcoin halving. This should have a supply shock in the next coming months. That is only just 7 days away. We have Hong Kong, China, ETFs coming, South Korea, very bullish for the long term, of course. So could the bullish fundamental news be stronger than the bearish case scenario, being the DXY very bullish? And also world events that are looking scary and that they are scaling. We're going to have to see in the next coming weeks, guys, what is going on. This was it for the higher time frame bearish case scenario, lower time frame. You know the deal, guys, for those scenarios, those trading setups. If you haven't checked out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform, check it out, guys. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.